Alright guys, today I want to talk about 5 basic practice tools that every guitar player should have. Obviously, practicing is super important for guitar players, and these 5 tools will help you get the most out of the time that you spend practicing. Now you guys know that here on the Guitar Max channel, I love to talk about affordable stuff, and fortunately, all 5 of these things are relatively inexpensive. Now I think some of these things might seem pretty obvious, some of them might be things that you have not considered before, but they're all important. Alright guys, so essential practice tool number 1 is everyone's old enemy and best friend, the metronome. People are always asking me, I get emails all the time, how do I coordinate both of my hands? How do I build up a fast lick, learn some cool solo or something like that, but get my hands to play together, to be in sync? The metronome is the key to that. When you have a rhythmic reference that the metronome provides, or even if you have like a drum software or a drum loop or something like that, that can help too. But a metronome is really great for that. It locks in both hands and helps build that coordination. It's also a really good way to test yourself and to judge your progress. If you're working on a new technique, well, today I could do it at 100 beats per minute, maybe tomorrow I can do it at 110. That shows you your progress. The difference between a fast, sloppy player and a fast, precise player is that the precise guy worked with a metronome. This is number 1, the metronome. I can't stress it enough. Alright guys, now the second practice tool is a magazine subscription. Now I know this might seem a little weird, but hear me out on this one. Wouldn't it be great if there was some kind of service that you could maybe enroll in or subscribe to where once a month they would send you something that would get you inspired and give you new ideas and give you new material that you could get excited about? That's exactly what guitar magazine subscriptions, particularly the ones that have transcriptions in them, do. Now I'm not recommending any particular magazine, although my personal favorite is Young Guitar from Japan. Of course, it's a little bit difficult to get here in the United States, but this is my favorite guitar magazine. This is one of my favorite copies here with Akira Takasaki from Loudness on the cover. They've got all the normal things, interviews, which unfortunately for me are in Japanese. They've got, reviews of new pedals and amplifiers and these really cool transcriptions. Now, I know you're probably thinking, well, hey Danzig, I can go on the internet and find all that information out there anytime I want to. And yeah, I hear you. That information, the information that's in here is available other places. But here's the thing. When you get something physically sent to you in the mail, there's something about it that makes you stop what you're doing and shift your attention to that new thing that you can hold in your hands. It gets you excited, it gives you new ideas and new things to think about and listen to and practice. And guys, magazine subscriptions, they cost $20 to $30 a year, depending on which one you get. And the ones that you find really interesting, you can keep for future reference, and the ones you don't really like, you can leave them at your dentist office. Okay guys, now the third practice tool that I want to talk about is a headphone amp. Now guys, I spent a lot of time earlier on in my life where I was practicing in my bedroom or maybe like a studio apartment where I really didn't have a lot of space. You're not always in a situation where you can blast an amplifier into the wee hours of the morning, but you still need to practice, and one of the key things is to practice with a tone that is similar or the same as the one that you would be performing with. You don't want to practice with distortion and then go play a show where you're only going to be doing clean playing. And you don't want to go the other way around either. You don't want to only practice acoustically or on a clean setting and then go try and play a show where you have a lot of gain and really loud amplifiers. It's just going to put you in an unfamiliar situation. Headphone amps obviously are really straightforward. You just have your guitar, you plug in the headphone amp right to the guitar, and then you plug in headphones into the headphone jack. And this one in particular is really cool. I have a little Vox headphone amp for a while that was nice, but this is my new favorite. This is the Rush Head from Vailton. And the cool thing about this is it has some built-in effects and a bunch of different EQ controls and this kind of stuff. It's the most controls I've ever seen on a headphone amp. What's cool about this is, like I'm saying, you can get a tone that's very, very similar to the one that you would actually be performing with, and that really is important. But the main thing here is that you can practice with headphones on. You can separate yourself from outside distractions and outside noise, and also not piss off your neighbors at the same time. Alright guys, now the fourth tool that I want to talk about is a timer. Now I've got a track timer. I really like this one, but you can use something like a kitchen timer or even a timer on your phone if you want to. The key here is you just want to be able to keep track of how long you're practicing and in particular, how long you're working on a specific exercise or a specific technique. It's actually more productive, ultimately, to work on something for a set amount of time and then give yourself a little bit of a break, and then you can come back to it again, or you can move on to something else. Our minds play tricks on us all the time when it comes to the passage of time, and so it's really easy to misjudge how long you've been working on something. The timer will keep you from making that mistake. All right, guys, and finally, the fifth practice tool is patience. I know that might seem like kind of a cheap shot at the end there, but really patience is actually very, very important. It's so easy to get frustrated at yourself when you're not making progress as quickly as you would like to. Honestly, for most people, the progress never comes as quickly as they would like it to, myself included. It's often when you actually spend time away from something that you've been doing a lot, when you then come back to it, that's when you really notice the progress. Everybody wants to be an overnight sensation, and they want this sort of instant gratification of learning something really fast, but that's just not always realistic. Most skills that are worth learning take time to develop. So don't get frustrated, have patience for yourself. All right, guys, so those are my 5 practice tools that every guitar player should have: a metronome, a magazine subscription, a headphone amp, a timer, and patience. But guys, let me know what you think of all that stuff in the comment section below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Is there anything that you think is essential that should be added to that list? As a reminder, guys, if you enjoy videos like this and you have not already subscribed, please consider subscribing right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.